training is going to be on today's training is going to be on starting conversation intentionally. A lot of times whenever we're out, eating or going out throughout the day, we're not intentional about our business. So we need to be intentional and knowing that we have an amazing opportunity that could change hundreds of thousands of people's lives. So if we can just get people to see the presentation, not give the presentation while we're there, because a lot of times people are busy. They're not really in that mental mindset, which is what we need them to be. We need to be them at the most opportune time for them to mentally absorb what we have to give. So with this training, what it will do is give you a script of how you can talk to anybody. It doesn't matter if they're male, female, and get them to the place where all you're trying to do is get their number so you can sit down with them and so they can take a view on this opportunity that we have. So we can go to the next slide. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what is prospecting? A lot of times we're like, we hear that word all the time, but we don't really get to analyze what it actually is, right? So the process of identifying and reaching out to potential customers or business partners who might be interested in our product, services, or opportunity, which is what we have, right? Prospecting is something we do naturally. We grow up meeting new people and making friends. So we do this as we grow up, right? When you started kindergarten, high school, all throughout college, what are you doing? You're trying to connect with people that are interested maybe in the exact same stuff, studying the exact same things, or just interested in the same things that you are, right? Who does prospecting? Everybody. Sports teams, universities, even churches do prospecting, right? So remember, we are looking for the number one draft pick. Just like any team, we're looking for that Michael Jordan, right? We're looking for that Michael Jordan that's going to explode our business, that's going to take us to that next level. So, okay, there we go. Prospecting with using 4 simple questions. So these questions have changed our business and has made me more confident to be able to talk to anybody without me like being scared to be like, oh, what am I gonna say? How am I gonna respond whenever they talk to me, or what am I gonna do? So the very first thing, and is the most important part of these questions, is you want to start with the compliment. It has to be a sincere compliment, which is like maybe hey, you look sharp, or I love your energy, I love your enthusiasm. Like for example, if you're a gentleman and you're approaching a woman and you're married or whatever, you don't want them to maybe misunderstand what you're trying to do. So you're like, and for example, they're a restaurant, they're doing a very great service. Hey, I really love your service and your energy. And then the very first question right there, very natural, it almost came out like, because it's so natural for me now, is obviously if you're at a restaurant, you're not going to ask them what they're doing or what they do, because you obviously already know. But for example, if you meet them at a grocery store, if you meet them at a park or in an event, you're going to go ahead and ask, hey, what do you do? I love your energy. What do you do? And then you listen to them. You let them respond like, oh, I'm a realtor. And, then you ask them, how's that going? Like, you want to start a little chit chat. Like, oh, it's been slow since the economy kind of took down. So you're listening for problems that they might, oh, so how long, then you want to ask, once you listen to that problem, you don't go and attack right away. No, you want to ask the second question, which is, how long have you been doing that? The reason why you want to ask that is because you want to kind of take a note of how long have they been at that profession. If they've been at a long time, maybe they're more tired than that. For example, oh, I just started 2 days ago. If they started 2 days ago, they're probably not going to be that open for a new opportunity because they just started. But if they're like seasoned, man, I've been in it for a decade. Oh, wow, you've been in there. Do you see yourself doing that for, then the third question, right? You're going to go into, do you see yourself doing that for the next 5 to 10 years? Now, when you do that and they're already seasoned, right? Now they're starting to think they have to, because most of us, if I ask you anybody right now, how do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Most of us don't think that far, right? Most of us just think maybe today, maybe tomorrow, At the most a week. If you have kids and you have projected like, oh, they have a play or they have something the following week. But that's as far as we get. We don't think 5 to 10 years ahead. But whenever you ask that to somebody, they have to sit there and realize, like, well, what, man, am I going to be doing this for the next 5 to 10 years? Man, I don't really see myself doing that for days. So now they're processing all this stuff. Now you're going to be able to ask the following question, which is, and as you can see right here, sorry, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. If they say, yes, I love my job, your job is done. If they love their job, we want to leave them at their job, right? But if they're like, no, I've been kind of looking for something. I don't really see myself doing that for the next 5 to 10 years. So you want to say, so you do keep your options open. And then every single time that I've done, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of looking around. This like our presentation says, right now is the evolving economy, right? People are doing more than one job. So now you want to, this is how you close. And remember, the purpose of this is for you to get a number for us to be able to show them the presentation, right? So this is how you take it off yourself and you put it onto somebody else. Remember, on network marketing, it's not what works, it's what duplicates. Because what works for me may not work for you, right? We all are at different points of our progression in network marketing as we're becoming business professionals or network marketing professionals, right? So this is the next question you're gonna ask. It's very important. I have an executive friend in a company, right, that is expanding his business in this area, and he's looking for great people like you. I can't promise you anything. So this is kind of taking it away. I can't promise you anything. This is not a for sure thing for you. Like, oh yeah, let me get you into business. No, no, no. I can't promise you anything. But I can put a good word in for you. What is a good number for him or her to reach you? And then you do this. You hand them your phone, and they'll give 99 times they're gonna put that phone number in. And once you have that phone number, you want to take a picture with them, so then you can text them so they can remember you exactly who you are, where y'all met. And then even if it's you contacting them, I guarantee you, anybody in this business, if that had done to them and are now executives and making great money, you would not care, because now you have changed that person's life for the better. Remember, we have an opportunity that's changing people's lives and changing not only their lives, but their like Vanessa says, this is a generational business. Whatever you build here, if you build a $1 million business, guess what? Your kids are going to be set for life. How many people will be objected to that? They're like, oh, I don't want to change my life or my kids' lives. Most of the time, that's what we're trying to do, right? We work so hard, not only for us, but for our family, so they can have a leg up on whenever there's their turn to get to that stage. I'm gonna go to the next page. Thank you. Remember, key points. We are looking for people that are looking for us. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the wrong person. Remember, whenever we go out this, there are people looking for us. There are people that want what we do, what we have, and all we have to do is present it in a way that they're mentally prepared for this. Because a lot of times, whenever I talk to people, they're like, "Man, you're God sent." Like, I've been praying for something like this. So remember, we're looking for people, but if we don't ever talk to them, or we're too scared, or we don't know how, then this opportunity is not going to get to the people that need it the most. And there's some things that we have to do or don't do when prospecting, right? The do's and don'ts of prospecting. So the do's, remember, you want to represent yourself and Ambit in a professional manner. Give everyone a chance to say yes or no. Not everybody is made for this business. Some people just want to stay where they're at, and that's okay. Or they don't want to grow mentally, or in any way. So we leave them where they're at. Follow up. The main thing is you want to follow up with your prospects, right? Because if we get all those numbers and we never contact them back, it's pointless. The whole point is get the numbers so we can show them the presentation. All right. Respect people's opinion and decisions. So we're not here to try to convince anybody. We're not trying to do none of that, right? Track your, this is the most important, track your prospecting and results. So see what's working for you and what's not, and experiment with it. You know, the don'ts. Don't pressure, like I said, don't pressure anybody for a decision. Mislead or overpromise when talking about the ambit opportunity. So we don't want to do that, right? Because a lot of times people do that, and then they make ambit the enemy. And then whenever they hear about it, they're like, "Oh, I've done that, or I heard somebody that does that." You don't want to ever let them have a bad taste about ambit, right, in their mouth. Disrespect other companies or opportunities. We're not business professionals. Don't talk mess about other opportunities. Maybe even if it's not for you, you just stay quiet. You're like, okay, so you have a story. Let me hear it, right? So you flip it. Like, hey, if they're talking mess about a company or something, you have a story. Let me hear it. That's what you want to say. And GoPro, great book, it talks about that as well. Using prospecting for misleading reasons. We don't want that. And then obviously presenting ambit poorly, representing ambit poorly. You know, this is our golden goose. We want to protect, like Brian McClure always says, we need to protect this business. So whenever we present it to people, they always hear like, man, ambit has the best people working for them or representing them. Like, oh man, yeah, they're super respectful. They're such business people. We gotta elevate ambit to the next level. And with that, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to the person that sent you this video. And with that, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you soon.